Bah! I'm here. It's time for the Hearts of Kingdoms. I should probably... Yeah, there we go. And turn off the Sonic music and call the gang. Alright, let's get started. It's time for the Kingdom of my heart. Attack. Hello.
Hello.
The Heart Kingdom.
Yeah. Well, before we start, I guess while we start, I want to say something, you know.
Oh no.
I want to congratulate Donald Trump on his really deserved win, you know. His win of making perhaps the biggest shit show of all time.
Oh?
Oh, because like literally everyone he's appointed is like...
Oh yeah!
Monster.
Oh yeah!
From your actual paedophile secretary or attorney general. Fucking sex trafficking, drug abusing, paedophile cunt. To your new director of national intelligence, who's a fucking Russian conspirator. Or rather, just a repeater of Russian propaganda and fucking loves Putin.
That's shocking. I'm surprised by that one, especially. All of these.
And also, she's from a cult.
These are all so surprising to me.
Think your border czar's a white supremacist? Damn. Just everyone is like, wow. I mean, the paedophile attorney general is the funniest one. Well, not funny. It's absolutely fucking disgusting.
And then also Elon Musk. And then also Elon Musk is here too.
Oh yeah.
And the illegal immigrant.
The illegal immigrant. But what's actually funny about that is they're heading up an organization for cutting government waste, which has two co-directors.
Yes.
I think I can already see some government waste. Do you know
what?
Do you know what the biggest expenditure of the US government is?
Go ahead. Also, I changed my name because I wanted to. It's a better name. So secure. Yep, I know. They're gonna go after that.
They're not, because Trump's promised no, Social Security's gonna go up. So he says he's gonna get rid of income tax on Social Security. So it's like, okay, so you're not cutting that. What's one of the next big ones? Oh, defense spending.
That's if he. No, he's not gonna do that. I think he's gonna fucking still go after Social Security like an asshole.
I mean, let's be real. This fucking Doge shit only exists so that Musk and his co-advisor can basically defund and attack the organizations that exist solely to stop illegal practices, especially amongst big businesses. Curious.
Crazy.
Curious how both the FBI and the IRS are their primary targets.
That's weird. Why would that happen?
Oh, weird. That's so weird.
Mr. Illegal Immigrant, Elon Musk, do you have any comments on this?
Also, your ambassador to Israel does not believe there is such a thing as an occupation.
There's no war in Boxing, say?
I mean, I then genuinely wonder, what do you think the threshold for some people, for these people, is for genocide? Like, when does it go from Israel has the right to defend itself to no, it's just straight up genocide? Okay.
It's pretty fucking high. I'll tell you that much for free.
I mean, just because, you know, of the near 44,000 people who have been killed, 30,000 of them are women and children.
Like, I have literally saw, and this is unfortunate, the voice actor of Eggman be like, oh, you know, it's a war, acceptable losses. What? The fuck?
Yeah, how many children is too many? So,
if you want my opinion, one.
I mean, the sensible answer, but if only they'd given all those peace deals a chance and they hadn't been poo-pooed by, Israel.
Oh, shit.
Anyway.
Yahoo's nuts.
Just a whole lot of fucking horrible, evil people.
Yep.
I mean, how can anyone be prosecuted by the government when you have if you have a literal paedophile as your attorney general?
I mean, the president's the president's a fucking a convicted criminal who wanted in primarily A, because God, he's got a lot of debt, and B, he didn't want the prospect of maybe New York, specifically maybe just New York, doing something to him.
And as far as I'm aware, that New York judge can still get him. It's a civil case. It's federal, like DOJ have nothing they can do about it.
It would be really funny if they actually do something, and then the president's just in a fucking jail cell. That would be fucking hilarious.
He could totally do it. He could, if he really wanted to, and he'd risk all of that. Just go, alright, well, your sentence is 4 years in jail. Have fun.
Oh, if I was him, I'd do it.
Oh, I'd do it in a fucking heartbeat.
I'd be like,
I'd buy...
You know what? I'd make it 5 just to be funny.
Well, yeah, if we're doing that, just life.
I mean,
like,
with how
right?
old he is, I don't know how old he is.
Yeah, life is like 2 years. So.
Yeah, like honestly, like I honestly suspect
real bad.
I honestly suspect they're gonna pull a Weekend at Burnings with this fucker. Because the man's cult of person. I didn't say they do it well. The man's cult of personality is what they're kind of coasting on at this point. And no, I don't understand why it works. His cult of personality, but here, excuse me. Here we are. I had gas.
I mean, to be fair, even now already you've got Republicans in Congress going, oh no.
Why did we do this again? Fuck.
Well, they didn't. Regular people did, but a lot of them have already said, no, fuck the paedophile guy. We're not having him.
I like, what was it? There's been this is something more I've noticed on my end for obvious reasons. A bunch of people being like, wait, what do you mean you're not inviting me to the holiday parties because of what I voted for? What do you mean?
Wait, you're saying because I voted for the racist, homophobic, misogynist rapist, you don't want to be around me anymore? It is a legitimate thing. It's been a legitimate problem, and I do feel genuinely bad for a lot of my friends who do unfortunately have like family members in it who did vote Republican, and it's like, how do you square that? Like,
so like,
thankfully, because there's no one I know voted for complete psychopaths in our election.
Same here. Like the thing with it too is it's not like the first election where I can be like, all right, as I fucking like narrow my eyes, do a benefit of the doubt of maybe you're just that fucking uninformed. We had the man we had the man already. We know what he's like. There's no question. There's no ambiguity. We know what he's like.
You already ruined your economy once. Now you say he's going to do it again, but harder.
Yes, because he wants to loot even more money for himself. I mean, what?
Yeah. They're just going to come out and say it.
I mean, that's what he's doing. That's why they're all there. They're all there to try and loot money and run away.
No, I've not actually seen this, but someone told me that RFK is getting the FDA.
I've heard that.
I've not seen that officially confirmed. So I was wondering,
I don't know if I've
glossed under from like all the other horrible appointments.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen anything official, but I've heard that. But again,
if he does, I fucking hope that brainworm's getting a salary.
Right? That brain worm is like working overtime.
Actually has brainworms is gonna get a position in government. Is gonna get nominated for a position in government. It's
God, I forgot.
Holy shit!
Going into the actual game for a second, man, I forgot how funny it is to see fucking Pete just in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, he's hanging out in the height and the weirdly realistic looking. Here's an insane like clash of genre of art styles.
But I kind of love it though.
Yeah, it kind of works.
I love it. But
Well,
yeah.
if you see two doofuses and a brat holding a keyblade, steer
Also,
clear.
Sorry,
They
sucks,
got a
man.
kind of magic that
I guess
don't
in
belong in this
sillier
world,
news,
see? And nobody knows
Twitter is
what it'll
bleeding
do
out
to you,
now.
especially when the movie shows
Yeah, because everyone has realized, oh well, now it's just a mouthpiece. Now it's beyond just anything else. It's full on just a government mouthpiece to say propaganda.
Yeah.
Like before, it was just you say, oh well, that's just a few bad eggs. It's like no, the bad eggs are running the damn thing.
And also for like artists who are on there, like they put an update like, oh yeah, all of your art we're gonna put in our AI generator. So all the artists are going, oh, okay. I was going to just ignore everything and just keep posting my art. I'm fucking going too.
You know what? The fucking Blue Sky people might be actually the biggest fucking biggest brain business guys of all time.
So by the way, I will say this too. Actually, with Blue Sky, the fucking the amount of people added has been so crazy that they've had regular fucking like server, like the servers just going in the fucking air fryer from just so many people jumping ship each day. It's fucking crazy.
But it's the thing, because Blue Sky's made up by the former Twitter people.
Yeah.
They sold the company at fucking 44 billion to illegal immigrant Elon Musk.
Which was done, by the way, because he's like, because he's such a fucking idiot. He wrote a comically large amount, because haha meme, and then forgot that when you fill out the paperwork, it's legally binding, and you have to fucking do it. And he fucking like hemmed and hawed trying to get out of it for the longest time until he had to fucking pay it, and he did not have the money. That's why he's here. He wants money, because oh my god, I am losing money. All of my companies are going in the red. This sucks because of me. Except for he's not going to admit the because of me part. Even if he knows that, but I don't think he does because he's fucking stupid.
But yeah, they sold Twitter at like a massive amount of money. They just went and made the same thing again.
And then they just sat there kind of... And the best part was, all they did was they just made a couple like little quality of life features that are pretty cool. And they just kind of sat there, and all they really had to do, and all they did was wait for the muskrat to just make so many idiotic changes and do this to where people were like, alright, we're just gonna fucking go. Hey, wait, Twitter too? As they turn their head over to Blue Sky.
His argument is, oh man, I saved so much money in Twitter. And it's like, yeah, by making it non-functional because all the engineers were sacked. So then when it goes down for like ever.
And they don't have any of the they don't have any, and all the companies don't buy advertisement blocks on there anymore because they're just like, I don't want to be next to the fucking
Well, you can say Nazis, it's fine.
the fucking like Nazi post being like, no, they did nothing wrong. I've seen
I'm shocked.
And by the way, there's been an influx in that shit. People like whole hard chest doing that. I'm like, you know, like 20 years ago, you'd be flogged for this shit, and you should be.
Take cover.
Oh, I've got a story about flogging for later. That'll be something light and breezy.
You know what? Going to light and breezy in a minute.
Before we get to that, I just want to say my point. I'm amazed Asmongold didn't get a job.
Maybe his star is waning more than he thought.
I was convinced he would go to Israel. Anyway, in lighter and breezier news, the Archbishop of Canterbury was resigned because he covered up over 100 cases of abuse of boys and young men.
I didn't know he was a scoutmaster.
Actually, it did happen at a Christian camp. Now, I will stress, he's not accused himself, but he did know about it. And basically, a lawyer who attended these camps took boys home and flogged them.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. And then, well, we covered that up until people were like, you know, yeah, this happens, now he's God, so we need a brand new archbishop.
But in actual light and breezy stuff, I got the I guess kind of the ending, even though it unlocks being able to unlock even more characters, I got to the ending bit of the Ode to Castlevania Vampire Survivor DLC. Have you gotten to it yet?
I haven't played Vampire Survivors at all yet, so...
Oh, okay, fair enough. So, I'll just tell you what it entails. So, basically you go through unlocking the characters, and eventually the quote last one is Richter. Then you go up to Dracula's like a little chamber, and they actually voice act a bit of it where Dracula's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna join the Vampire Survivors. Death gets so fucking pissed about this that you then have a boss fight against Death that has like kind of like this big ending where like all the characters you've unlocked and all of the all join in the fight, and you eventually just kill him. It even has a bit referencing. You know how if you put the Symphony of Night disc into your player, Alucard would talk to you for a second.
Yeah.
It even like has like a bit referencing that. It's really cool, and then after that you unlock even more characters from Castlevania you can play. Like this includes like characters who were never so they grab you in obscure characters like fucking Sonia Belmont, and then they even have characters that were never playable like fucking what's her name, Maya. Or
Maria?
No, not Maria. Maria's been playable, but they have both versions of Maria. You unlock the younger one after you do this, or you unlock the ability to unlock her, I should say. The red-haired girl that is Soma Cruz's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, I'm bad at
It started with an M.
Castlevania.
Yeah, it started with an M. I can see her in my head, but yeah, but yeah, and then a bunch of other ones that were never playable too. And it's really cool. I really love it. They did have some really good remixes of the music, because they have like, I think like 80 or some odd tracks from the fucking game. It's insane.
Man.
I mean, they were given...
Castlevania has good music.
It does. But man, they were given the keys to Castlevania, and they were just like, well, we're just gonna put everything in, fuck it. And I'm so glad. It has also right? It reawakened my fucking obsession with Castlevania, and I've started replaying for the first time in so fucking long Order of Ecclesias.
Neat.
Which is a very good game.
I did almost start replaying Symphony of the Night, and then I was like, it's gone past Halloween now, it's too late.
I don't give a shit, fuck it. But Symphony of the Night is a good Halloween game. I think
gotta find all them hot Christmas games, though.
I think if next year, if Halloween comes around the time of, like, I'm not playing something like this, like something that's long, I might, like, switch over and, like, do, Castlevania games around that time, maybe even, like, starting in before October. I actually kind of even want to just do one after this, like one of the short games, like one of the platformer ones, like 3 or something like that.
I'm sure we'll remember. We won't remember.
But, I did find a way to, play the Xbox 360 version of Symphony of the Night.
Best find yourself another
This was the version that has, like, the revamped Maria boss fight that Iga designed. Still has Maria mode and all that shit in it. And, like, the extra stuff that the Saturn version had, but, like, touched up a bit. The only downside of it, it only has one downside. It doesn't have the OG voice acting. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I assume it's the same version that's in, like, the Rondo of Blood, Symphony of the Night collection.
Yeah, same version of voice acting, but everything else is... It's got more features and better balance.
Well, I meant, like, the modern release they did, because they re-released Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. This one was before that one, and it's slightly better than that one.
Was it before... I have to double check those release dates, because I could have sworn the Rondo of Blood re-release I'm thinking of is from, like, PS4 era.
Yeah, I'm talking about the 360 release of Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. That's why I was wondering, is the 360 version the one that's in the more modern...
Sort of, but not really, because that one I don't think had Maria mode.
I'm Will Turner.
Yeah.
But, man, it's so... The re-release of Symphony of the Night and fucking, I'll just say Castlevania 4 to make it easier in my brain, is fucking insane, because getting a fucking perfect version is impossible. There is no perfect version. Not really, because, I mean, yeah, the other version is the best version because it has all these shit, but it still doesn't have the ability for me to turn on the funny voice acting.
I don't know.
Like, yeah, the other one is definitely technically better, and it's more faithful to the original script. But I just like it. I just like it. You know?
Oh, I say about.
Also, we have Jack Sparrow on our team now. But, yeah, Castlevania brainworms have been reawakened. I am, like, neck deep into the Castlevania bullshit now.
Good kind or the bad kind?
Good! I love Castlevania.
Oh, Castlevania.
I love Castlevania, so, like, this is a good thing.
Castlevania fans.
I am, like you weren't here for it last week. I said this. I don't really have any real controversial Castlevania takes. Like, I don't like it. I like, you're not gonna hear me like belt out something stupid like "Your Night Symphony of the Night" or some crap. I don't have anything controversial when it comes to Castlevania opinions. I'm sorry.
Castlevania 64 was the true best Castlevania game.
What are you, reviewers from the 90s?
I think the true best Castlevania game was Lord of Shadows, actually.
I actually never played Lord of Shadows.
Me neither. Just wanted to throw it out there.
You can release me.
It didn't seem like
You have
what
your
I wanted out of a
trinket.
Castlevania
I'm
game.
of no further
Oh wait,
value.
Lord of
Seem more
Shadows.
like-
Oh wait, Lord of Shadows. That's the those are the God of War ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
It took me a second to remember. I was like, wait, hold on. I think I remember this one. Yeah, I looked at that and I was like, I don't want God of War Castlevania. You can take it. It's fine. I'm leaving.
I hardly believe in ghost stories.
I mean, that was the era where Konami was just kind of doing everything I didn't really want with their games, so it was fine.
The sad thing is, I kind of feel like a Castlevania Souls might be kind of interesting. Since Dark Souls has Castlevania design.
Honestly,
anyway.
honestly, if they take more level design cues, if they can do it. You just gotta take level design cues from like Neo rather than fucking Souls. And it'd be perfect.
Even that's the thing, Souls does already take level design cues from like Castlevania.
Well, no, the things in Castlevania where the enemies are placed is more consistent, and the way that the set pieces work is more consistent, where sometimes shit...
I'm talking about the way that I'm talking about the way how it has Metroidvania-style map protection.
Oh, yeah, no, that part. I was making fun of enemy placement. And, like, how things just don't work consistently. But, where Neo has the same kind of level design for its stages, but... the enemy placement is very consistent. If there's a guy that's gonna jump on your fucking head on that tree, he's always gonna do it. Unless you look up, see him, and then you just throw a rock in his mouth, and he goes, "Ow!" and falls. And then you can run up real quick and stab him in the fucking neck. It's fucking fun. I love that game.
So have you been, Sebo?
All those years, you've been safe in your bed, reading your pirate
Bad.
stories, dreaming of adventures in the high seas. We
How bad?
endured torments worse than
No,
death
better.
itself.
Well, that's good.
But now,
My sister's guy
thanks to
won, so
ye,
there's that.
we have the final
Yeah.
piece.
Also,
Should be first in the firing
The
line.
medallion is restored to the
Awesome.
chest.
man, the fucking facial animation in this game are actually really good. Like, I'm looking at how they're
No longer
doing
we
the captain over
ghosts.
here, and it's really well done.
Blood that's to be repaid.
Like, they did an
That's
amazing
why
job with
there's
the
no sense to be
the
killing
facial
them.
animations on this fucking PS2 game.
They even captured the painted-on cleavage.
They did.
You see, the moonlight
PS2 was
shows us
perfection.
for what we
I couldn't
really
have stayed in that era
are.
forever.
We're not among the living.
Honestly, PS2 is like my
And so
favorite
we
era of video
cannot
games.
die.
We should have just we should just stayed in the 2000s.
Neither
forever.
are
I
we
mean,
dead. I've suffered
Probably.
too long.
would you have missed it?
Why not?
Best start believing ghost
If we'll
stories.
see, because now we're getting into scope beyond just video games, and
See
no,
tonight.
there's a lot of issues.
You're in one.
But
Was Obama really that bad?
Obama was fine, apart from the whole dread striking thing, but, you know,
yeah,
can't hold a little bit of war crimes against someone these days. I'm like, yeah, maybe there were a few war crimes committed in Afghanistan versus nowadays, where it's like, you know what's A-OK? Genocide. Oh, what a crappy world we live in.
I'm gonna lower the volume a little bit. This is definitely gonna be one of those games where I'm gonna have to download the fucking VOD from the website because this shit is gonna be copyright claimed like a motherfucker.
Yep. Whole lot of music here that Square or Disney will fucking hold you to task for. You know, I'd have thought Disney be... granted, I thought Disney be too busy preparing for their inevitable war with the White House that's coming.
Well, they're trying to figure out who's going to save the company. That's what they're figuring out. After Ike leaves.
Well, he didn't save the company this time.
No, but I mean, they're trying. After he leaves, they're like, all right, who's going to unfuck everything he did? They were like looking at their earnings and looking at prospective replacement CEOs, and they were like, yeah, we got nothing.
I heard one that they were considering trying to fucking coax over the fucking CEO from fucking EA over there.
Oh yeah, I did also hear that. Like, why? What's EA done recently?
Right?
They released Dragon Age the Veilguard, which is doing so bad.
I
mean, it's a fucking BioWare property, which is hilarious to say, but it's true. By modern standards, BioWare's dog shit.
But I mean, it's even more dog shit than the other games in the series.
So like, this is.
I feel like Dragon Age had like one game that people liked.
Yeah, Origins.
Every other game, everyone's fucking hated.
It had one game people really liked, one game that people were not very pleased with, one game that was like, well, okay, maybe they're improving.
Yeah, Inquisition's like that one where some people are like, oh, this is pretty good.
And then there's this, which is like, all right, this franchise is dead, it's over with.
So like, literally, for me with Dragon Age, literally all I've been doing since Origin, which I fucking love Origin, it's a great game, is I like do the equivalent of like that guy looking over in bed with their eyes like partially open, seeing that the new Dragon Age isn't Dragon Age Origins 2, then like rolling my head back in bed and going back to sleep. It's not what I want, so like I'm fine, good. I got plenty of games to play.
No, they must suffer for what they've done.
So like it's like okay,
they're suffering.
Yeah, but like the thing with me is like if you're not gonna make the stuff I want, that's fine. I can look elsewhere. There's plenty of places. There's indie games. There's a number of games. There's too many fucking games, honestly.
Let's be perfectly honest. If BioWare was any other company, they'd be dead.
I'm pretty sure they're going to be dead after this.
Weirdly enough, EA kept them around longer than they usually do with these things.
Yeah, like, and this isn't just like
not me like creating the idea of them going under. I'm just saying like this is me just observing this.
Like every other company or every other studio that EA has shut down has been like
one mistake,
stupid, insane things.
And usually the mistake isn't even theirs. The mistake isn't even theirs. It's a mistake the higher-ups made and made them do.
Like, Dead Space, for instance, is a pretty famous example of just how shafted the developers got by EA's insane demands and beliefs on what kind of numbers the franchise was going to pull. And insisting on things like the co-op mode, which they got working, but they'd had it working for fucking Dead Space 2, but they scrapped it because it wasn't good for the game. So it's like, yeah, for every other studio, they had like one thing, and it's like, well, they're immediately gone. BioWare has been putting out stuff that people haven't liked since Mass Effect 2.
People like you mean since after Mass Effect 2, or because people like?
Yeah, I think Mass Effect
3 was the first one I remember was.
No, that's what I'm saying. Mass Effect 2 was like their last game where people were like, oh yeah, BioWare can do no wrong, they're amazing, and then Mass Effect 3 was a shit show. Okay. Every other Dragon Age that wasn't Origins has been controversial at best, and at worst has been reviled.
Yeah, because like Yeah,
Sonic
exactly.
Brotherhood, people did like, but they can't play it anymore because Ken Penders.
Sonic Brotherhood was more mixed, honestly. There are some people that like it, but I think actually a majority didn't really like it.
I thought the general consensus was a lot of people did like it, but it doesn't matter because Ken Penders.
It doesn't matter either way, honestly. But
case in point, BioWare has had a significant amount of failures and misfires, and I'm not saying they should be closed down. I'm just saying it's impressive they weren't.
It's like you were saying, it's an observation where it's like there have been companies that they've have like a track record of great games, and then the higher ups get their fucking mitts on it. Say, okay, make it like this, and then they make it like that, and it bombs. And they're like, oh well, this is your fault. So you're going under. We're absorbing the team members that we're going to keep, and the rest of you're out of jobs. Fuck off.
You are going into battlefield mines. So, although I guess it's the what's their Fortnite game called again? Apex. That was it. The Apex Legend mines.
Oh yeah. That's what happened to Titanfall's devs.
Yep. They made that, and they're like, well, you make nothing else. Titanfall 3 cancelled. So, honestly, but yeah, I don't feel like EA's had, like, I know Dead Space Remake did really well, but you know,
it didn't sell for $4 gazillion, so
yeah, it needs to be, every game needs to make enough, needs to make enough money.
A cartoonish amount of money.
Yeah. Make enough money to buy Twitter twice. Maybe someone should just buy Twitter from Musk.
The signal.
Make the grand sweeping changes of just go back to everything that it was. Honestly, I wouldn't be amazed if the Blue Sky people buy it back at like massively reduced price. Give you 10k for it.
I'll give you a quarter.
And now,
a $250,000? No, a quarter.
To free us from this curse.
25 cents.
No, not yet. We wait for the
But
I didn't realize we're dealing with Eddie from Edhead and Eddie.
Finally, one of his business ventures paid off.
Stay here and try not to do anything.
Actually, no, that's not fair. That's not fair because putting him next to Elon. Actually, no, that would work. I think Eddie could scam Elon Musk very easily.
Absolutely, he could. I was thinking about it the other day. Do you ever find it funny that, like, in Wacky Races, and, you know, we've shown our age by Wacky Races, that Dick Dastardly could, like, consistently have won every single race because he was always ahead, but then he would just stop to cheat.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's just in his nature. And I'm like, man. Because he's, like, always gets ahead of everyone, somehow.
Remember the one time he won and then the judges said, no, you didn't?
Yeah. Poor Dick.
And he was like the one time where he's like, I'm not gonna cheat, and then the judges cheated. It cheated him.
Yeah.
Honestly,
honestly,
the Wacky Race is corrupt. Dick Dastardly was a true hero.
No.
A tragic hero, if you will.
Honestly, I know there's been like a couple attempts to bring it back. I'm amazed there's not been one which is like, what if Dick Dastardly was just screwed over by executives?
Considering the fact that we get stuff like where like more modern shorts of like Looney Tunes and stuff like that with Coyote will occasionally let the Coyote beat the Roadrunner, I wouldn't be shocked if they were like, let's do that.
The medallion!
At least most of the time. I don't feel as bad for Wile E. Coyote, because that's all stuff of his own making. He could just choose not to go after them.
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, I'm just saying, I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, considering people do that...
Just not eat the Roadrunner.
I mean, people also made the...
find something else to eat.
I mean, people also made the observation, the fact that, in all honesty, the fucking, that in Tom and Jerry, Tom is usually not in the wrong...
Well, if you think about it this way, Jerry's vermin.
Yes.
Who wants a mouse in the house?
Unless it's your pet.
Tom is the good guy of Tom and Jerry.
In most of them, yeah. There's a couple where he's the bad guy, but it's usually not the ones where they're in the house.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones where Tom wins is where the little gray mouse decides to just be his friend. And Jerry is so pissed about that.
I was like the one where Tom and Jerry both become suicidal and sit on the train tracks together.
The one over the fucking girl. The one where Tom goes suicidal over the girlfriend, and Jerry's like, not like me. Oh, we're great. And then he sees his girlfriend with another mouse, and then he gets on the tracks too, and it fucking ends where you hear the train coming and it fades to black.
Canonical end of Tom and Jerry.
When I was a kid, I remember being smart enough to realize the implication, and I was like, "Oh my god, is that how this series ends?" It's not. It's one of many shorts, but it's really fucked up. Like I understood the implication. I was like maybe like 8 when I saw that, and I was smart enough to understand the implications. And I was like, "Oh my god!"
From my father.
And they aired that shit on Cartoon Network, uncut.
Yep.
I know it gets overused. People saying this shit, but man, you could not show that on TV
I
today.
was afraid.
And you know what? Honestly, I don't know if you should.
Oh, you absolutely shouldn't. It's pretty fucked up way.
Unless it's Adult Swim.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's the kind of gag where it's like just, even at the time, it's pretty fucked up. It's one of those rare times where they probably crossed the line even then, but nobody was super paying attention, so it's okay.
There were a lot of jokes like that in older cartoons.
I mean, there's certainly other things in Tom and Jerry that are a lot more cancelable
Oh yeah,
these
yeah.
days.
I'm talking about like just like
When you sail
a suicide jokes. It was a literally a common gag. And these would usually get, some of them would get through the censors when they would air on television, but some of them were censored. There was a common gag especially in old Looney Tunes where the character would turn to the screen and go, "Well, now I've seen everything," and then pull out a fucking gun and shoot themselves.
Untying these ropes.
Don't forget the one where Daffy blows himself up like in the blood fell out. He's like,
What's
"One more, Daffy," and it just shows his ghost
Seeing as how
floating. I know, but I can only do it once.
Yeah, because he's actually fucking dead.
Go doesn't seem to fall within my
Well.
interest.
Good thing he wasn't teamed with Donald. We all know how that goes.
Your interest.
Whack.
Give me back the
When does Donald Duck get added to Donald Trump's cabinet?
Lock him in the brig.
Secretary for Race Relations.
What do we
God
do,
damn
Captain?
it.
What do you think, you idiot?
You know, there's like a like I swear it's like the there's a fucking rule whenever we start talking about Looney Tunes. If we bring up Daffy, how long we get to the fucking Roger Rabbit, Daffy, and fucking Donald scene.
It's relevant to this game.
And I know what they actually said. I mentioned it before, but no, you don't.
We've gone over this. We know what they claim. What they claim it is. We know in our hearts what Donald's really thinking.
Oh my god.
Everyone hit the deck!
We all know.
We're just gonna have to.
After all, there is a picture. There is a picture of Donald dressed as Hitler.
Yeah, but that was a dream sequence, and he hated. Actually, it was a nightmare sequence.
Well, it's like Justin Trudeau in blackface. It's happened at least more than 3 times.
I mean, I know the Nazi regime is bad. I don't
A
think
controversial take. Well, maybe these days.
controversial take. I know the Nazi regime was bad, but I don't think they had like in the ammunition factories just like branded pictures of Hitler rolling down the conveyor line that everyone had to drop what they were doing and do the Heil salute. I'm pretty sure they didn't take it that far.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I think
We'll see.
I can't know for sure.
Let me know when your sister works at starts work and she sees if people have to Heil salute pictures of Trump as they walk past.
Now that one might happen.
That might happen. Yeah.
We were talking about the appointments before we got on Sebo.
This is how fucking comically evil they are.
Actual paedophile attorney general. I feel like that's the one that stuck with me the most. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, guys.
At least they'll be able to find the other ones. They're all friends. I think.
He was friends with fucking Jeffrey Epstein, even though he claims he didn't know anything.
I don't even know anymore if it's a joke.
I don't think it is.
Well, I mean, Trump was definitely friends with Epstein for like well over a decade, and has been on his private jet like multiple times, and claims he knew nothing about the sex island.
Either it's all a joke or none of it.
Shit, that's not what I do. Oh shit. What the fuck is he doing? Oh, this guy does. Oh, I hate these cannons next to like where there's also like the actions that pop up sometimes. So like I'll try to do that and then I'll jump onto the cannon instead, and I'm like, oh god.
I feel like this level needed Kermit.
Right? If Kermit was here, we'd be fine.
And Tim Curry singing about being a professional pirate.
Right? Honestly.
That's what Pirates of the Caribbean really needed. Some more jazzy song numbers.
We need a song about cabin fever. But where is the medallion? Like, retrieve it quickly. Oh, there it is. Got it.
Man. I do wonder how much Pirates of the Caribbean also ruined like Disney Studios for a while. By which I mean, the first one was a surprise hit because no one expected it to be any good.
Yeah.
And then like every other one was like massively diminishing returns, but it also like encouraged other like rock movies based on like obscure shit that just also were terrible. Like, remember Eddie Murphy's The Haunted Mansion?
I do.
Yes.
And remember they did another one that somehow was also bad? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but at least it was more accurate to the ride. I mean, it didn't make the movie any better.
Jungle Cruise.
The first movie was literally just, hey, I'm Eddie Murphy in a haunted mansion. That makes it the haunted mansion.
So to me, it's haunted by the ghost of his career.
Oh.
So don't worry, I'm sure he'll get on.
I mean,
Sure, he's doing great if he's doing Beverly Hills
I know
Cop
this
4.
was literally just there. So the haunted mansion has like lots of all the ghost type names and stuff like that. There's like a whole mythology behind it.
Oh yeah, there's lore with that one. Yeah. There's been lore forever.
That the Eddie Murphy movie can be ignored. The current one at least tried to work the lore, and it didn't really make it any better. But you know,
We beat the pirates.
Well, did you know?
I'll give them props for at least trying.
But I mean, it's still just the case in
have
point that
back
like
that medallion.
also a lot of if I can remember Lone Ranger
Unless
sort of
it's more
failed Disney
important
movies around
than
that time.
lives.
Barbosa! She goes.
Well, that was just
Oh, I
them being
forgot
like,
about the Lone Ranger.
that was just them being
Go ahead,
like, well,
boy, shoot. We
Johnny
can't
Depp putting on
die.
a weird hat and acting funny, and
You can't.
Pirates of the Caribbean made money. Let's have him do it again with the Lone Ranger in it.
But I can.
And then John
My name is
Carter of
Will
Mars.
My father was.
I don't even remember that one.
Everybody's
His blood runs
there.
in
They
my
did a John
veins.
Carter movie. Everyone's favorite hot property from
On
like
my
100
word, do
years
as I
ago.
say, or
I
I'll
don't
pull
even
this trigger
remember
and be
this
lost
one.
to Davy
I remember
Jones'
the
locker.
Lone Ranger at least.
Name your
I'll be honest. The main reason I remember John Carter of Mars
Release
is
Elizabeth.
because of a running
And
gag in the
and
Zone of the
and
End.
Goofy
In
too.
the Zone of the End as the anime,
Yes.
Leave now.
where like where this police officer's chasing after the space
Agreed.
trucker main character,
Leave we shall.
just keeps calling him John Carter because he's
But the
got a
heart
Martian
is-
wife.
Stay.
Or he's got a Martian wife, sorry. Didn't want to imply that the Enders was woke. Man, I'm sure I'm glad that everyone tells me that we're getting rid of all these wokeisms, but nobody actually says what it is.
Well, because they don't. Well, because they don't. So the thing is, they don't really. Well, they know, but they don't know. It's usually just
Yeah,
I saw a
it's very-
thing that's not a white straight guy, and I'm very confused by that.
It's just everyone's like, man, we can't have
I'm
these
pretty
woke
sure I said
stuff.
before.
I'm like,
I interpret woke as like something that is very disingenuous. Like it's there because it's
Well,
there
no,
because
no, they'll say it-
they're trying to make a big deal about how progressive it is rather than something.
Well, no, the thing is
actually-
that they will say it even if it's just a thing that's there.
I know even if it's just a thing there, but I'm saying that's what I would actually define as woke. If it's like if it's like this whole
Well, I
thing
mean,
is
if we're
just-
gonna really
just a
define
big-
woke, I'm gonna go back to its original fucking definition, which was just in the black community to just be aware of, like, injustice bullshit going on. That was it.
Just as I said, it's just I notice everyone says, "God, we've got to rip
conspiracy
out."
theorists adopted it, and then
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Everyone's always like, "Man, we got to wipe out this woke stuff," and I'm like, "Okay, but what though?" But you keep saying if you're not actually saying anything. Tell me what it is you want to change and why. Well, the woke, but what is the woke? Well, it's woke. Okay,
we
anything
need less.
more than that?
We need less. Okay, I was like, we need to get rid of less virtue signaling. We need less people being like, look, there's a lot of black people in this film. That means I'm very progressive and an ally and totally not racist. Please don't lump me in with all of the other racists when you start. Well, this was back when they thought Trump was going to lose, and like. People like him weren't going to become the norm in this country, but back then they were like it's like all of those movies that were like featured a strong, independent, empowered woman whose real purpose was just so that if somebody accused them of being like Harvey Weinstein, they can be no, not at all. Look at this movie I financed.
Okay, but can you name one?
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk wasn't a movie.
Okay, She-Hulk wasn't a movie, but I mean, She-Hulk was like the greatest thing.
I never watched it.
Example of like look at these powerful women. We're not sexist. Don't lump us in with those guys.
I don't even remember
It's
them
okay, I
really
didn't look at-
doing that, but I didn't watch
I didn't look
either.
at it. I didn't watch.
It didn't look interesting to me, so I didn't really watch it.
Yeah. But like, I only question it because it feels like, and this might sound utterly crazy, it feels like it might just basically just be a buzzword for just to get people riled up for literally no reason.
That's exactly what it is.
Crazy! I know, right? It's insane.
That's what I was trying to say.
When you really think about it, isn't it so weird that when they say like, we got to get rid of the woke, and it's like what? Just like saying that people have a right to. It's not hurting anyone to live their own life and make their own choices. Yes.
All clear.
Wait.
Wait, hold on.
Wait a second.
Second
Oops.
time I've had to watch that man sail away with my ship.
I don't know, man.
I'll be having a
It's just something that I've
now.
noticed. Everyone's like, delete the woke. What is the woke? I don't know, but I want to delete it.
I don't know. I just know that this is because this one person that I just ape and repeat what they say said it was, so it is.
I mean, I feel like
Unless they said something that I was
I'm
not done. Unless it's something that I really was interested in watching or playing, then I'm going to try to jump through a hoop to say it's not, even though that person that I usually parrot says so. But sometimes also the
But then
parrot
I
will
also-
do it too.
But then I also feel like it
the,
just.
the big talky guy will say do it too, which is funny.
Yeah, but I just also feel like it just detracts from legitimate criticism.
Yeah, it does.
Like, people are like, oh man, Mulan is woke, and I'm like, yeah, but also they did have to thank a fucking concentration camp in their credits. Like,
Yeah.
but that's a conversation that's actually a lot more important than are there too many women in this movie?
Yeah.
Also, it wasn't written very well.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not a good
probably
movie.
sucks, but I don't really care about that. I care about the fact of you had to thank a concentration camp in your credits. And China didn't even like the fucking movie.
Yeah, they did not.
No,
It's very
they were
hard to be
they were
like-
we don't want an Americanized version of our own thing.
It's,
Oh shit, I
no,
just
it's
ran into a
very
fight
hard.
with one of the organization members. I'm fighting the, what's your
It's
fucking name?
Luxord.
Yeah.
Luxord, everyone's favourite, or my favourite organisation member.
That seems about right for you.
It's fucking voiced by Robin Atkin-Downs.
So no, I'm talking about the girl. Ow, I just got fucking moved into oblivion.
Wait, which girl member of organisation? I think
The
there's a
blonde.
girl member in.
The blonde!
That's Lux. Oh wait, in Final Mix, right?
Yeah,
Luxord
yeah.
does show up in.
I'm definitely not
Yes,
level
right,
enough for
yes.
that, because she just, clocked me and I died.
Right.
We're playing the final mix version with the stuff we couldn't have for so long.
Yeah, I honestly forgot that Lux even says that. Yeah, I don't really care about Lux seems fine, but Luxord is my guy.
Which one's Luxord again? 'Cause
He's the-
their names are so similar in
he
my
is
brain.
Luxord is actually the one from. He's focused around pirates. He's the gambler guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He is my favourite organisation member. Mostly because everyone else is like either has very little in the way of personality or is Zigbar. I don't like Zigbar.
Zigbar sucks, and yet of course it's Nomura's favorite.
Zigbar is fine in this, where he's just some random guy who's like got a bit of an attitude. But then when they're like, oh yeah, also Zigbar was at the center of everything. Oh, and also he's the main villain or something.
Because fucking Nomura fucking loves him for some fucking reason.
It's because the fan base really loves Zigbar. Because he's one of the few organization members that displays a personality that beyond just I'm evil and I don't have a heart. So I don't feel emotions, but I'm enjoying this. But also they do. Because fuck you.
Because it turns out, they had hearts the whole time.
Yeah.
This was definitely not something we thought up at the last second. This was part of the plan.
We thought it up at the last second so we could explain why Roxas, clearly likes and cares about people.
I think think it was something they planned. As much as I make fun of Nomura, I think it's just Nomura's, they're clunky.
I think it's more the fact that Sora was still alive and not a Heartless at the time to explain, and also he's very pure for why Roxas is the way he was. Like, I'm pretty sure from the get-go it was intended that Roxas would fade back into Sora. And it was only when it got to 3 and it's like, well, let's just bring everyone fucking back.
Yeah, some people actually liked Roxas? Alright.
Yeah, Roxas is back. And we know this because, hey, Ventus is also Roxas. In fact, Ventus probably exists to explain Roxas. So that Roxas did always have a heart, because he had Ventus's heart, but then he got his own heart that's separate from Sora's heart. Fuck you!
I'm everyone.
He is everyone. Right, everyone's either Sora or everyone's Xehanort.
Soranort.
There
almost happened.
There almost was a Soranort. I'm like, what would happen if he actually succeeded? Would the universe just implode upon itself because now there is someone who is both Sora and Xehanort and also thus everyone? Would they have begun the singularity?
Sure. Then they would have become Sephiroth.
It's too late. I'm already Norded.
You finished Rebirth, right? Seben, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean...
I was going to say that Sephiroth hasn't started Organization S yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time.
This is Organization S.
I mean, aren't the Sephiroth clans basically Organization S? Or the Genova body parts?
Organization S!
I mean, but they weren't really part of his plan. At least in the original. I don't know if things changed.
They were always part of some amount of plan, because he wanted them to bring in the black material, because he couldn't be asked to get himself.
No, but I mean, the whole part of their reunion was just so that when Cloud was there at the crater, he could be like, you were actually bringing me the black materia because you were part of me the whole time. And give me the black materia, and Cloud is so mindfucked by all of this realization he's like, sure, Sephiroth, but I'm like, he didn't actually do that. In fact, he could have just taken he had the black materia himself, and then he let Cloud kill him so he could take it back.
But that's the thing. I think I always interpreted it as all of the Sephiroth clones see Sephiroth / Genova talking / convincing them to commit to find either the black materia or to go to the reunion. So I always thought of it as like, well, it's just Cloud was the one who did get to the black materia.
I mean, Cloud was the only one who ever could have gotten to the black materia.
Only Kate Sith could really do it.
Well, but I mean, he had Kate Sith to tank the temple for him, and he had a party to help him get through it, and the one actual ancient to get them to let in. I don't think any of those half zombied up guys are really in by themselves.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, they might have done. There's enough of them.
Quitter talk, honestly.
Yeah.
Skill issue.
Were you sad when Kate Sith died?
Now, let's be joined us again. The last of the Aztec treasure has been returned.
Were you sad?
And now the
No, 'cause
blood
I
will
knew he
be
was coming
repaid
back.
to free us from this curse forever.
If he was crushed forever, would
This
I have
time
felt
for
bad? Yes,
sure.
because he was my grandma's favorite character.
Ahoy! Treasure,
That's sweet.
Not possible.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even want to make a joke. I just, yeah, fuck.
He was my grandma's favorite character.
Yeah, no, I'm not making a joke here. Like, no, I'm bowing out. I'm bowing out of comedy for this one.
So when everyone's like, "Fuck Kate Sith," I hate that character. He's annoying, and I'm like, yeah, but he was my grandma's favorite character.
Yeah, now he's the most popular character.
He's very popular now.
That is true. Somehow, Rebirth made people like him.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. Rebirth has made people like him and Yuffie, and they were hated before.
I can tell you for why.
I still need to get at some point. I want to get a remake at some point. I just don't have it. And a Rebirth I do want to get some when it comes to the PC.
I think you'll like them.
Well, Rebirth. I mean, Rebirth will probably come on the PC next year, realistically.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, I can tell you exactly why Kate Sith became popular. Voice acting.
Well, that and just there being scenes.
Yeah. Having more scenes, but also just him being voiced. Like, there's a very noticeable difference between Kate Sith's mannerisms and voice when you're hearing it versus when you're having to read text.
When you're having to read text and don't find out until like years later. Oh yeah, he's supposed to have a funny accent.
Yeah,
man. Real quick, back to the actual game. The animation of Jack just like flipping the medallion between his fingers is so fucking good. They did. God, that animation was smooth.
I mean, we said before, like, Square has always been like pretty on point with animations.
Yeah.
Even when they had to recreate Let It Go, they still kept in the actual animation error from the movie. Wait, no, didn't they fix it?
No, they fixed it. They fixed the brain animation error.
Like, technically, their version of Frozen is better animated. So Square have always been like, above and beyond the animations. And same's even still true for big titles like Remake and Rebirth. Like, that's the thing. You can never say Rebirth is lacking in content.
In fact, I've heard people say it has too much content.
There's too much to do.
Yeah, so I've heard only the opposite.
Did you fight Gilgamesh, Sebo?
No, actually, no. After I finished the game, I went back and completed it. I should probably get back to doing that one of these days.
One of these days. Probably closer to when 3 comes out. But Gilgamesh was a fun fight. Challenging too. So who doesn't love Gilgamesh?
I mean, everyone loves Gilgamesh.
Yeah. Gilgamesh will never die.
Gilgamesh dies in lava.
I mean, Gilgamesh has faced quite a lot of major villains and walked away, so
There you are, you little shit. I'm doing the Barbarossa fight. He's almost dead though. Like two good sweeps when he's finally in skeleton form will kill him.
keep being like, watch out for their magic. I just did find it funny that when they're like flesh and blood, you can't beat them, but when they're skeletons, like all bets are off.
Yeah. It's like, haha, I'm a spooky skeleton. What are you gonna do, sir? Oh, cool, I can hurt you now. What?
This ain't over.
Make you bleed.
Right.
You see, I can't cut you with this blade for some reason. But you know what I can do? Beat your fucking bones. Eat shit!
Well,
Ow!
enough of this then.
You best start believing in ghost stories, Barbosa.
You're in one. Okay, real talk though, the first movie is fucking amazing though. It's a good movie.
I don't think anybody says otherwise.
Yeah, I just want to say the first movie.
There's a reason this thing launched like a
franchise. Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's got well acted, memorable characters, a really good score.
Yeah, Even like the twist of like Jack going skeleton. I remember when that happened in the movie. I was just like, oh my god, that's so fucking cool.
He's a skeleton.
That was great. Yeah, great, just a great movie. I don't care about any of the other movies. I just like the first one.
Yeah.
Like, I remember looking at the like trailers for them, and I was like, okay, and I just didn't like bother to watch them. I just didn't have an interest for some reason. I don't even know why. I just didn't.
What now?
I watched 2 and 3, and it's like
Whatever I
just
want, now that the
each movie is
power
like
mine again.
worse than the previous one.
So it's just a steady decline downwards.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, I saw the third one. I mean, part of the appeal to me is there's quite a lot of people in Pirates of the Caribbean who I recognise from very obscure British stuff.
Good luck.
Fair. But yeah,
Like, half the villains are like, oh my god, it's that guy from that show.
but
What are you doing here?
a hot take: Pirates of the Caribbean 1, great movie. Crazy.
For instance, the guy who plays the Commandant, Norrington, in the movie, unlike the first 3 movies, I always know because he's in a fucking sitcom, or he was in a sitcom over here.
That's cool.
It's just really weird that he was like, the kind of, some might say the lovable loser, but it depends on your definition. Lead in a romantic sitcom, and then it's like, oh, and now he's in this major Hollywood production. It's weird. And the guy who plays-
I forgot. Actually, the first one of the Pirates of the Caribbean world is also pretty good. Honestly, I can't say that there's a. Well, I mean, I know what I'm gonna do to end the stream. But I can't. I'll say so far, I can't say there's a world that I hate in 2.
There is only one bad world in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Is it the Mermaid World?
It's Atlantica.
Which I'm gonna do the first song of
Right
that one.
now.
Well, not right now. The cutscene's still
You
going.
know, for a minute
There
there,
we get to have all the
I was
finny
afraid
fun.
we were gonna lose Donald to the curse of the treasure.
No.
Finny fun.
I mean, it would have been one thing if it was like, okay, we're just gonna have, the voice actor for Ariel and our replacement for Sebastian sing. Oh, we can get Haley Joel Osment going. That'll be a thing. Where fucking Goofy and Donald are joining in on musicals. It's like, oh, come on.
I know they're for next week, but like because I know, I'm just like pawing at because I see the next 2 worlds. I'm like, Nightmare Before Christmas, Hagerblaw. I'm like pawing at them. I want to play them, and now I'm going over to fucking Atlantica.
So I will give you fair warning because I don't think the game ever does. After you finish those 2, you are prompted to go back to Hollow Bastion. You need to go and do Lion King World before that, otherwise it gets locked out.
Okay.
I was just telling you because that definitely can happen.
I didn't know you could get locked out. I didn't know you could get locked out of Line.
You can because if you don't go to it before the world stuff happens, because after Hollow Bastion, that's when Visit 2 start happening.
Okay.
And if you don't do Lion King because it's technically optional, before then, either one or both sides get locked
Bring it
out.
on.
Okay. Yeah, I did not know that. I don't think I had that issue when I played it years ago, but I did not know that. But thanks for the heads up. Cause
It happened on my very first playthrough of 2, so when I saw people talk about the Lion King world, I was like, wait, is that... There was some Lion King world? Is that grayed out thing I can't access?
That's crazy that you can miss a whole world like that, though.
I was gonna say you get completely locked out, and that doesn't list the lot stuff you have to do there.
No.
Nah.
Because it's only X amount of worlds you need to technically fully complete before they unlock the different... Because it's only the original worlds that actually
and even if I don't do all of the final mix content, which I'm not sure if I will or not, I wanna do both runs of all the worlds. I wanna do that.
Yeah, but that's all I'm saying is I'm pretty sure you can get locked out of Lion King. So I thought I'd give the heads up, because it definitely tricks you, because the game's like, oh, something's going on in Hollow Bastion.
I might at some point go and do some of the Coliseum stuff. It's not today, obviously, but I might do some of that too. get some better shit from that.
I mean, I know you can skip the Atlantica.
You can skip Atlantica, so it's like if you do...
I mean, I could, but
No,
remember, one of the reasons I want to do it is because of the conversation we had when I was doing 1, where I was like, I didn't really mind the 1 and 2. I don't remember being annoyed with it like I was with the 1 and 1. So this is also part of a let's see how I feel about that still thing. I know it now that I could skip it, but I'm like, no, I'm committed to seeing this through, so I'm gonna do it.
He wants his video fun, right?
Because otherwise I'll just keep saying it, and what if I'm wrong? But also, what if I'm right? Then you guys can be right for me. Then you guys can be angry at me. See?
I don't think we'll be angry. We'll just be like, man, Atlantica. We'll be exactly where we are now, which is, man, Atlantica sucks in both games. It's just one of which me and Saber would prefer, and if you prefer the first one, then it's like,
it's
okay.
It's just more of, okay, you chose that poison, I chose this poison, I suppose.
Yes.
The other option is to not play the game at all.
Oh, true. But I will say, from playing this at this point, I do think overall, even where I am in the game, I am still of the opinion that I had years ago of, man, I think I like 2 more. And so far from what... I know I stopped playing 3. At some point, I'll probably do that one on stream. I'm like... Where I wasn't having as much fun with that one, I'm like... It's still... Where this is also was brought on by someone saying, yeah, all the problems in 3 are in 2. And I'm like, so far, I'm like, no, I don't see it. I don't see it. The problems I had with 3 were coming out right out the gate, and I'm not seeing them here.
I mean, definitely not, because one of the problems with 3 is all the stages take forever to complete.
Yeah.
And the problem is they're like the thing where they last too long, so they feel tiring.
Also, while I don't like the gummy ship here, because I don't like any of them, so far, like, even just the gummy ship feels the least offensive here.
I think the difference is it's faster in 2, and so it's more dynamic. So it's like, even if it's like functionally, it's still just, now we sure are just playing Star Fox. At least there's visually more going on than slowly things come into the fucking PS2's render distance.
Yeah, because I'm not like, I guess we're doing the gummy ship. I'm like, alright, I'll just do the gummy ship real quick and get to the game. Okay. Like, if it was gone, I would be fine, but like, I don't
so beautiful right
hate it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Eric. I think that's his name.
I think so. Prince Eric.
You know, also, I'm gonna. I probably even said this when we did Atlantica in 1. I just never liked Little Mermaid.
What would I
mean, I think it's one of those things where I don't care for it either. But it, like, Little Mermaid obviously gets a lot of representation because of
It's insanely popular.
Well, yeah, but it's also because it hit the magic formula for Disney. You know, like, all of their other hits are directly inspired by what made Little Mermaid successful, which is, you know, the bright colours, the more abstract view of the world, the more cartoony elements, the song numbers. Like, that's the thing, we can't deny Little Mermaid does have some memorable songs.
Oh yeah, it does.
And they wanted to cut some of them too.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like visually and everything. Like, it's a great move. It's a great movie, like visually and everything. I just don't really. I don't even like necessarily hate it. I just don't care for it.
A girl rescued me.
One of those things where it becomes really hard to.
The first Disney movie.
That's the thing. It's definitely deserving of the respect just by virtue of it being the precursor to all the other better movies.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Like, I don't hate it. It's just like, you know, it's there.
Dare you not like it?
I mean, I don't like it, but I also
not like it.
I could also put exactly why I don't like it in a very easy way. Ariel.
Yeah, I don't really like Ariel.
Ariel's the fucking worst.
Like, of the Disney protagonists I can think of, or at least the ones of the movies and shit that I've seen, I think she's the one I just do not like. Or other ones that worst, I'll be like, whatever.
It's because she sells out the entire fucking ocean to an obviously evil witch, because she wants the dick.
It's true.
Then you boys got to practice.
Yeah. There's a whole thing about her father being bafflingly like overprotective of her specifically.
She doesn't sell out the ocean. She sells out herself, and then her father sells out the ocean to save her.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Which was Ursula's plan all along, but I mean, Ariel didn't know that.
Yeah, because she's a moron. More reasons to not like her. As I said, very obviously evil witch. She's just giving you this really sinister contract.
Especially when the animated series came out, and it's like, yeah, oh yeah, she's dealt with her before and should know better.
Yeah, but that happens with like all the other animated series that were weirdly set before their movies, like the Hercules one.
I mean, it had to be set before the movie because
You know what was a good one though? The
she's not a Little Mermaid after the first movie.
You know what was a good one though? The fucking Aladdin
Which becomes. Well, to be fair, the Hercules one is good. It's just you can't get away from the fact that, oh yeah, I guess Herc does just know all the gods now.
Yeah.
And then it becomes him being surprised by Hades being a bad guy. It's weird, but like they're both.
I mean, Aladdin
good
because it's actually set after the movie because
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I remember I really liked the Aladdin one as a kid.
The thing is, there's no real reason why the Hercules series needed to be set when he was a kid, other than like they thought kids would identify with it more if he was in school and stuff.
Yeah.
Than being like this big Chad guy.
I mean, they kind of did that with the Emperor's New Groove, where it's even though it's after the movie, they have him in fucking school.
Yeah, but Cusco is also like a much more inherently childish character.
Yeah, it still works.
It fits
actually,
more for
actually,
Cusco.
to be fair, it was not a bad series.
I wasn't saying it's bad. I'm just saying that like Cusco is an inherently much more childlike character. So, and like, there's a dynamic with him and Pacha where they are clearly like father and son kind of friends, sort of like relationship.
Which is funny because he's barely in the cartoon.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you can see that dynamic. Whereas with Hercules, it's like, well, yeah, I guess we're doing a high school thing, which I don't think's necessarily bad. It's kind of funny when you actually know like all the Greek myths they're riffing on. I always remember the fucking Prometheus episode where they straight up are like, oh yeah, Zeus chained Prometheus to a rock and an eagle pecks out his liver every day, and Hercules is like, Dad, that's fucked up. And Zeus is like, no, I never thought of it that way.
It kind of is, isn't it? Huh.
Well, that is fucked up. Why would I do that? I guess Prometheus, you're free to go.
Then there was that one episode where they crossed over with Aladdin somehow.
Yeah, I mean, don't ask the.
Even though time-wise that should be impossible.
Yeah, don't ask. Yeah, don't ask how that happens. Doesn't make any sense. I always remember the one where they tackle fucking Galatea and Pygmalion, which is the myth of the man who sculpts his wife out of clay. And in true fashion, Herc tries it, creates a yandere clay-faced girlfriend, and then he's like, after she dies, he's asked Aphrodite, okay, can you bring her back though? But, you know, not crazy about me. And she's like, done. And when she comes back, she's like, I don't fucking like you. Immediately breaks up with him. Like, damn.
Alright, let's take part in the first musical now.
Yay, Finny Fun.
It is the Finny Fun song.
I know it is.
I remember reading the first one.
Ugh.
No.
Yeah, we're here. It begins! Break a fin! It's kind of a fucked up thing to say when you think about it.
I mean, it's no more fucked up than break a leg. But what is more fucked up is there's lots of creatures here that don't have fins.
You're right.
Like, Sebastian doesn't have any fins.
That's why he doesn't give a shit.
He's a crab.
He doesn't have gills.
No, but he...
How is he surviving that?
Crab powers. Magic. The power of song. I don't know. It's Jamaican.
Watch the stage now. How exciting!
It was Sebastian and it had a cool Jamaican accent. It totally helped me. You know
I always remember the joke in Dragon Ball Bridge with the crab on Jesus' shoulder.
I love that gag.
I'm gonna help mash up that Bomber Club freezer.
You mash up the it's fucking eaten.
All you gotta do is
That is such
all
a
he's gotta do.
stupid gag. I fucked that one up. That's such a stupid gag, and I love it. I was too busy thinking about the fucking Sebastian crab that Frieza eats. I have one bad. Gotta redo the whole thing.
It reminds me of that fucking bit from one of the Low Pharaoh videos where they play Street Fighter 5 and the fucking DJ Hydra.
Oh god, yeah.
Another one comes out, man.
Man, imagine if Bandai Namco just actually fixed Fighter Z's netcode.
Imagine. But also, Sparking Zero exists, and like,
and that one also has bad netcode.
I didn't say it didn't, but I think it's very telling that when Sparking Zero came out, Xenoverse 2 got more DLC and Fighters got fucking nothing.
Kakarot even got DLC too.
Yeah, even Kakarot got DLC.
Kakarot actually had a quiet fucking DLC update where they added in a little like side quest of Super Satan. This isn't a joke.
Have you been keeping up with Dragon Ball Daima? Because I honestly haven't.
I have not. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for the dub. I know some stuff of it, but that's about it.
I tried the first 2 episodes, and when it's like, wait, Shin, why are you and Kibito not fused? Oh, because of this explanation. Why is that different from the explanation you had for it in Super?
Right?
What the fuck?
Your Majesty.
And like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna wait for the dub at this point.
I certainly hope there hasn't been a need to use that keyblade.
I swear to God, if you use that fucking keyblade, I'll kill you.
Not a heartless in sight.
Your Majesty, our guests,
I mean, I think when they do Under the Sea, it's a bit much that Sorodon and Goofy are just flat out lying for a song. I hate that.
Which is really, you know, we haven't made a Simpsons reference all stream. It had to happen.
Had to get in one.
But yeah. So once this ends, I'll save, and then that'll be it.
To be fair, Simpsons also did do a little parody of Under the Sea.
Who hasn't?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea. It's the Homer Badman episode.
No, I remember.
Where are you hiding?
There's an episode that I don't think aged super well.
Saved me. Please, come out so I can thank you.
Or maybe aged too well. Who could say? Personally, I blame the woke Republican agenda.
Ariel.
Do you think if I just start calling Trump woke, then that'll turn all of his people against him?
No.
Damn.
Nice try.
He could turn whatever he says. They'll just listen to. It's literally like a cult leader thing.
Feel like it.
Damn.
Except for without the punch.
No, Ariel.
Shame, really.
Yeah, give it time. I'm still pulling for a non-lethal heart attack.
Come on, follow me.
I don't want him to die. I just want him to become a financial and emotional burden on his family.
Well, isn't he already?
Is that so wrong?
Oh, they're looking at the statue of Prince Eric.
I was going to say it's kind of a shame. Kind of a shame that he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any kids that he's admitted to that are younger than 18 right now, because we should lock them in a room with his Attorney General, see how long he wants to keep him as Attorney General then.
Well, oh no, we can't continue with Finny Fun until we have the magnet spell.
No, then it's not Finny Fun. Let's see, the next part's actually a good song because it's just Ariel singing Ariel's song. Like, nobody else gets involved.
Who would have thought
It's
the one
basically what they did in Frozen.
Who would have thought if they had the singer sing the song and just the singer, it would sound good? That's crazy.
Now, isn't it crazy that Ariel is Ava from MGS3? And like, even though we sort of suspected, they never admitted it till like recently.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah, so it was actually her, but she used the pseudonym and she never admitted it until more or less recently because she was afraid that if she did, Disney would throw a fit because Metal Gear is a pretty adult thing.
You know,
they might not have liked.
That's fair, honestly.
And they might not have liked like one of their flagship princesses being also associated with
Ava.
That. Yeah. I mean, not even just Ava, but just being part of like a game.
Yeah. I mean, Ava's a cool character though.
For audience. Ava's fine.
I was gonna say she was in Grandia too when nobody cared.
Was it the same name or was it pseudonym?
No, it was her. It was actually her.
Yeah.
Well, Grandia is rated T, so.
Yeah, I think it might have been a bit more. I mean, I don't think she'd have actually gotten flack if she'd have just said, "Oh yeah," like from the get-go.
Yeah, she probably wouldn't have, but I understand the fear.
But yeah, I get the fear. But no, I get it why she would take the precautions because Disney pretty fucked up like that, or were. I mean, they're fucked up now. I mean, it's still fucked up, but for different
ways.
Yeah, for thanking concentration camp ways.
Yeah.
Her old version in MGS4 was voiced by Lee Merriweather. I didn't know that.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, it's time to leave.
Time to leave.